Good morning, folks. Good morning. My name's Tobin Munsat. I'm the local co-chair of this meeting. It's just so fantastic to see so many faces in person. I feel like I'm looking at a really excellent Zoom screen right now, even better. I know I see a lot of people who are local, a lot of people who have come into town. A lot of you have flown. Whenever I'm on an airplane, I try to sort of count the times that I hear the word welcome. You know, you're in the terminal and they say welcome, and then you get on the plane, they're welcome, and then the other person says welcome. So anyway, with that in mind, welcome to Boulder. We're so pleased and honored that the NESF Exploration Science Forum is being held in Boulder. I think most of you may know this, that it's always, when it has been in person, been at NASA Ames up to now. And so this is sort of the inaugural step into the wilds of the rest of the country. So we're just very pleased. We're proud of Boulder as a city. We're proud of Boulder because there's a lot of planetary science and lunar science that happens here. So we're just glad that you're here. And let me just make a quick comment that while you're here, please make sure and enjoy Boulder, the city, and get out of this building a little bit. Make sure and go to Pearl Street or take a hike. It's really gorgeous, especially after the sun goes down and it gets a little cooler. So we look forward to a great meeting, and I'm not going to belabor this. Let me hand it over to the other chair of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tobin, and thanks to everyone here in Boulder for just being fabulous hosts of this meeting. My name is Greg Schmidt, and I'm director of Survey, and I can't tell you how fantastic it is to see all of you again in person, colleagues, and above all, friends. And it's going to be a great meeting. So I'm super excited to have stepped into the wilds, as Tobin aptly said. I want to first of all thank our SOC co-chairs, Alex Selke and Jose Hurtado, and thank the rest of the SOC for a really great program. I think we have a nice 3 days ahead of us. So I want to start with something that I've never done before. I'm learning, so apologies if I make an error along the way, but this is called a land acknowledgement. And I first heard this when I was on a trip with my wife in Australia, and it's done more often in other countries than the US, but it's starting to catch on here, and it's a way of acknowledging the people who were here first, the indigenous people. So let me give this a try and wish me luck. And I hope I can give them honor where it's deserved. Boulder is on the ancestral homelands and unceded territory of indigenous peoples who have traversed, lived in, and stewarded lands in the Boulder Valley for thousands of years. Those indigenous nations include the Apache, Arapaho, Cheyenne, Comanche, Kiowa, Pawnee, Shoshone, Sioux, and Ute. We honor and respect the people of these nations and their ancestors. We also recognize that indigenous knowledge, oral histories, and languages handed down through generations have shaped profound cultural and spiritual connections with Boulder area lands and ecosystems, connections that are sustained and celebrated to this day. And I hope from a personal standpoint that what we do here in the next 3 days will help serve to honor these people who came here before us. I want to leverage on that and talk for just a second about inclusion, diversity, equity, accessibility, and say that this is, for me, there's no higher priority within Survey than doing this. We have a big emphasis on this in our institute, and I want to say to all the people of color here and online, Survey stands with you. I want to say to all the women here who've had some challenges in recent times, Survey stands with you. And we want to level the playing field and bring this great endeavor to everyone, and we're only going to benefit by doing that. We have a talk by our esteemed colleague, Jay Greer, which I'm very much looking forward to after these introductory remarks. So we're back in person. This is awesome. The very nice Zoom screen that we have here, as Tobin said. Things are not the same as they were in 2019. This is a different world. We were able to reach a lot of people in the pandemic, and this is the silver lining. There always is a silver lining, that were previously out of reach. People who couldn't travel for one reason or another, people who didn't have grants, people who we want to, expand the community to include, like I was just talking about. And so from now on, my deputy Kristina and I have talked a lot about this. All of our meetings are going to be hybrid because we want to include everyone. And so we would love your feedback on this. How are we doing? Be honest with us. Tell me, Greg, you really fell down on this or that or whatever. Here's what you need to do. I want to hear it. And I'm honest about that. So anyway, so that's really, really important for us. It's been a big year for Survey. We, thanks to the excellent leadership, first of all, of Amanda Nam here, who oversaw the Survey Senior Review and is right now overseeing our CAN that is coming out very soon. Thanks also to Chip Shearer and Cindy Evans, who co-chaired our Senior Review Committee. We got a document that points the way forward for us in some really exciting ways, but also says that we are an important part of this community. And I just am so gratified and honored to have read those important words and to have had the advice of these brilliant people to tell us what where we need to go. I'm also honored to be asked, to have our institute be asked to play a continuing role in helping the agency prepare for Artemis and for a return to the moon. I was just talking with a student group about this just in the last hour. And we've talked about this for so long, right? At the inception of the Institute. Here we are, Artemis 1 next month, KPLO next month, CLIPS launches, later this year. It's just so exciting, and humans on the moon in just a handful of years. So we waited a long time for this. We're just about there. Wow. Other Survey news, as I mentioned, Amanda has been overseeing the CAN. We have a CAN coming out, a cooperative agreement notice. We want to let the whole community know about this, and we're excited to get the great proposals that I know we will to continue our institute along. So you're going to hear all sorts of really great stuff at this meeting about our field work, about the research results from the whole community, not just Survey teams, but the whole community. So I just a few other thoughts. We all saw those incredible JWST pictures last week. Wow. Once again, NASA's at the forefront and has gotten the world's attention in an exciting way. And it's made me so proud to be part of this great agency and a part of this great space effort. This community here, we're not doing JW for the most part, but we're doing work that is equally important to NASA's journey, the science of human space exploration. And that is exciting as well. And that also is going to get a lot of attention very soon. So as my good friend Chris McKay at Ames said a number of years ago, back in the Lunar Science Institute's first year, we didn't even know the right questions to ask. Right, Clive? When but he was referring to his journeys to Antarctica. Before we lived there, we didn't even know the right questions to ask. And I can only imagine that when we step on the lunar surface, both with our robotic presence and with human presence, we're going to think of questions then, and this is up to you guys in the next generation, right? To that we aren't even thinking of right now, and that just leaves me so incredibly excited. So what a year we have ahead of us, and what a great 3 days we have ahead of us. And so I would like to now introduce my very able and talented deputy, Kristina Gibbs, who is going to give you some more introductory remarks. Thank you, and welcome to this great meeting.
Hello, everyone. It is wonderful. I think we're going to hear that all day. It's wonderful to be here and to see everybody. Boulder's beautiful. We have so many teams here, and we're so excited to be here. I wanted to thank Impact, Ness, all of our teams. I also want to thank our hosts for the facility, Kurt and Megan and Hillary and their whole team. They've really done a great job pulling this together and made it easy for us stepping outside of Ames for the first time. So I'm really grateful to them. I want to take a moment and just thank our SOC chairs. Again, I know Greg thanked them, but we really do have a great program. It's very full. We do need to stay on time to be able to get to all the great activities. But some of the highlights, we put them in the email tonight, is the showing of Forward to the Moon by the Ness team. Many of you signed up for that when you registered. You may go and be part of the registration that starts at about 5. If you didn't sign up for that, but you want to see the showing, their entryway only allows for 100 people. Their I don't even know what room to call it, but their exhibit room. But the planetarium itself holds more. So there's a sign-up sheet at the registration desk, and you can actually still see the showing if you would like to see that, but you didn't get registered for the actual event. So I wanted you all to know about that. Tomorrow night is our in-person poster session. It's in a room over there. It won't be in this room. And so poster presenters, please put your posters up about noon tomorrow. Some people like to go look at them before the session starts. So I wanted to let you know about that. And then don't forget, virtual is Thursday morning. We still want all of you to join virtually so that the people who aren't here also get an audience for their posters. It's very important that we show them same respect and that we go and visit their posters as well. So please do log in from your hotel. You can come here, Starbucks, whatever you're comfortable with. And then we have a bunch of other special invited panels and talks. So we're really excited about that. Probably the most important thing to some of you is that there is coffee service in the mornings. It is not in the afternoons. So grab your coffee after lunch, or the Starbucks closes at 2. So this is like the most important public service announcement I can make. And I think the second one is our team would really appreciate it if you have not uploaded your oral talk. Please do that as soon as possible. We have a lot of different people working a lot of different rooms, and they're trying to coordinate. And we want to make sure that we're ready to go when it's your time to be up here. So please get that submitted as soon as possible. Thank you all for complying. We do have a mask policy. If somebody has an issue, that we understand, speakers can be up here and take them off, but we do ask that we do that. We've had quite a few people who have had to back out of coming because of COVID. We're having another spike right now. So we do ask that people respect each other that way. If you do need a test, if you have symptoms, we have them. We want to help you. We don't want you to have to run out and get them. So just talk to the registration desk. And so with that, I want to thank our survey team. It's his fault. No. We have been doing a lot lately. We've been pushing really hard to get everything ready to come to Boulder, and it's been a different meeting for us to host. And so just really grateful. We've put them in 3 different rooms, doing 3 different parallel sessions with a lot of different coordination. It's a new level. So I'm really grateful to our team. So with that, I will hand it over back to Greg for the first speaker.